If you're an introvert, the modern open plan office feels like an active detriment to your development. The system rewards the loudest, not the deepest thinkers. So how can you thrive in such an environment? Early in my days, I thought faking an extrovert attitude would be the key, but people can smell synthetic behavior and they call you out. Reality is, you don't have to work on the hardware, you have to work on the deeper software, trying to find ways to tactfully manage your stakeholders. Hello fellow wealth seekers! I hope that with this video I can convince some of you that introversion in a corporate environment is a feature, not a bug. Let's understand what exactly drives this psychology. Obviously, you might be feeling that your energy is not suitable for certain meeting rooms, for certain discussions, and you tend to shy away from conflict and instead seek refuge in consensus. Reality is, this is often detrimental because trying to find consensus before moving actively holds back decision making and does not breed decisiveness, entrepreneurship, which is actively needed in a company environment, especially startups and international setups. So what I stopped doing was trying to fake enthusiasm and going with the flow, but actively speaking up, saying, I need time to process this, I will get back to you offline, I will get back to you asynchronously, and we can figure out a way forward in 1 or 2 days. You don't have to fear that this will backfire. It actively spells out the elephant in the room, that you might not feel comfortable with some decision making or the speed at which certain conversations are happening, and you want time to make this your own comfort zone. Secondly, as I mentioned, friction is helpful. You cannot only expect harmony at the workplace. Friction is where ideas collide and new solutions are formed. You must embrace this conflict that ultimately breeds something different, an added value that consensus often does not lead to. A couple of additional tips. Decode the decision makers. You don't have to walk into a room understanding how the whole power dynamic is played out, but find one-on-one territory where you can understand what KPI is interesting to a certain department head, what keeps them awake at night, how your work can support them in success. Make yourself an asset. Sell yourself actively by building on what you know you can do well, your key strengths in delivering. We are obviously disadvantaged at small talk or the Friday afternoon drinks, but we can deep dive into niches and understand who makes the decision and which passion, which project, which specific area is of interest. So deep dive and find out how you can build on that by also wearing different hats. You can be a bit more tech savvy with somebody from IT, you can be a bit more business savvy from commercial departments, and perhaps fake or show off some curiosity with someone from the marketing or creative department. And now a couple of situational practical tips. You will eventually have to step into the arena. If you want to be seen, you have to be present on stage. You have to tell your story. How do you do that? Introverts naturally love the detail, but guess what? The corporate matrix does not have the bandwidth for your whole journey. The corporate matrix does not have interest or capacity to hear everything you want to say. This has to be crystal clear. How do you make your speech effective? There's a couple of techniques. Pyramid principle, developed by McKinsey consultants, very powerful. You have the answer up first, then the supporting arguments, and then the base. Imagine we have to slash marketing budgets by 15%. This is to support reinvestment into financial initiatives such as mergers and acquisitions, because it is proven that the ROI from acquiring a competitor is higher than the one of investing more into brand marketing. This is extremely clear. Answer, supporting framework, and base data. Do not start with the data first, start with the answer up first. Another helpful technique, the what, why, how framework. A selling pitch that sells by itself. You start with the what, the concept you want to communicate. You add the why. Why should the audience care? Think their KPIs, think a problem they want to solve. And how? The details, usually in a 3 key step plan on how you plan to achieve that. What? I plan to slash the marketing budget by 15%. Why? Because this is not the most efficient use of your budgeting this year. How? By removing performance marketing during months of dead traffic. By slashing one brand campaign that was going to be too expensive and we were not too convinced about. And 3, by reinvesting that into AI budget that is 10-fold cheaper. Also, silence is extremely powerful. Do not fill the void in between your steps just because you are trying to get your ideas in order and not reciting off a script. Don't feel forced to fill that up with connecting words. Use the silence as a powerful influence metric. Let's summarize today's audit. You do not need to be an extrovert in order to be a leader. You do not need to suppress your nature in order to get across to someone. You do not need to be the loudest in the room or to bond over happy hours. Build alliances based on deep passions. Speak the specific language of your stakeholders. Embrace strategic conflict. Lead with the pyramid principle. Use the sheer gravity of the what, why, how framework to move the room. You can map the entire system before you even open your mouth and upgrade the natural skills that are extremely helpful to influence people and build powerful connections. I hope today's session was helpful. Let me know in the comments. Show some love with likes, comments, a subscription. Any form of retention and engagement is thoroughly rewarded by the algorithm. And I'm really trying to expand the channel because I'm confident what I bring is strong added value for any audience. I see you in the next session. Happily, European Wealth Lab out.